Save your prayers. God is not here with us now. There is only the darkness here, and your death.
What's up? My name's Joe Stauffer. I'm the director of Pieces of Talent. Pieces of Talent is about David. He's a dark artist. He's got a new project going on, and he befriends a girl named Charlotte. She's an aspiring actress. And, they hit it off because they have similar interests, and she signs up to be in his new project and doesn't quite understand what she signed up for.
So what did you tell your mom about me?
Not a lot, just that you're making a movie and you want me to be in it. Basically, I just want to focus on my acting again, you know?
Yeah. She doesn't believe in that though, does she?
No. It's like whenever there's good news or an opportunity for something, she just never takes anything I say seriously, you know? I don't want to end up like that.
No. I don't think you can.
The entire process was an enormous challenge and just completely terrifying, honestly, because it's my directorial debut, and everyone tells you that your first movie is going to suck. So we had to make sure that it did not suck. So there was a goal there. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, honestly. Keeping it going. I mean, at times I just wanted to throw my hands up, but just knew we had to keep pursuing, the completed product and stay true to our vision. A lot of times during the process, we were approached by distributors and different people trying to get their hands in it, change the title, take our rights away, for a distribution deal and things like that. And it's just been an enormous, tough and rewarding learning experience, I think, more than anything else. I've done, I was a DP by trade, and I started when I was in my teenage years. I played music forever, right? Used to play in metal bands and stuff, and then kind of got sick of doing the band thing, but started doing music videos as a way to still be involved in the music scene without necessarily dealing with the drama of being in a band. So I started doing live videos, and from there they progressed into more narrative-based music videos, and from there short film, and from there it just kind of grew into feature film. So I've always technically produced and directed all of the smaller projects, but on the bigger projects I was just a DP or an editor, and I knew that the job of an editor or of a director is a big one. It's a big pair of shoes to fill, and it's a big responsibility, and I wanted to make sure before I directed a feature-length project that I was very familiar with all of the other positions and responsibilities, so that when I am running everyone, essentially, you got to keep everyone running, and people are asking, you're directing. It's a huge responsibility. So I wanted to make sure I was prepared for that by doing everything else beforehand. I never said I'm going to be a director. It just kind of happened because of what we wanted to make, I guess. So I was the guy to do it because of that. David is in front of the camera, so he was like, all right, you're directing it. Being that we self-financed this film, completely produced it independently and distributed it independently, we ended up spending roughly between $50,000 and $75,000. And it took us about 3 years to complete. because naturally we're self-funding it. So the struggles of just keeping the money coming in so that we can keep it going out to keep the product being produced. So this entire project was a labor of love, is a labor of love. Part of the reason that we took so long to complete it was because we wanted to accurately depict our vision of what it could be. A piece of art, a historical documentation of part of our lives, something we created. You know, it's not just a movie, like we think of it as like part of us, a representation of us as artists and what we're capable of, and we wanted to be proud of that. And if others happen to connect with that and identify with that, then that pleases us too. But we wanted to really stay true to our passion of creating like a film that we're proud of, you know, at the end of the day. So yes, it was totally a labor of love. I mean, we blood, sweat, and tears all the way, for sure, you know. I think if there's one, it's weird that you asked that. Not weird, but like, I've seen this movie a bazillion times because I edited and sound designed everything, right? And the end scene where Charlotte's watching what David created for her, when me and David watch it ourselves, we always get quiet. And I think that scene came out as emotionally effective, at least for me personally and David personally, that it could. Like, I think that we achieved exactly in our heads what we wanted to achieve. Like, if I could pick one, that would totally be it. It's that end scene that I can't really describe because then it messes up the surprise. David's character was spawned from a short film called The David Long Story that was shot like in 2007, 2008. And I met him a couple years prior to that. And, you know, we shot this short film. We were like, man, that would be really cool to like grow this into a feature. So essentially the feature was built around this initial script of the short film that we did. And it's on the extra features of the 2-disc set, the original one, which is hilarious to watch, like how much we've grown, you know? So with that in mind, we wrote the rest of the script around that. And so when we went into production on the feature, we already knew who this character was. We knew what he would do. We knew him inside and out. And he was the guy to play it because it was his character to begin with. And there wasn't that learning curve of like figuring out what this character would do or how he thinks. Like, we already knew him going into it, and we knew that he was the perfect person for it, you know?
Guide me.
I absolutely believe in the underground. I think that the independent artists are the ones that get to fully express their vision, be it through a canvas, through a recording of music, through a film. We have to stick together. We have to stay true to our vision and true to our art and keep each other alive, and people appreciate that. Whether we see immediate recognition, it takes a lot of work, but we have to stick together. And I do believe that it's way more of a real personal connection with the underground, and that's part of our, if you watch the film, you'll see that we take a lot of jabs at the bigger studio stuff because it's frustrating. It's very industrial and faceless and soulless in a lot of ways. So being part of an underground and independent community is why I do it. Like, I have no interest in studio stuff, honestly. the rest of the year, we're going to be cruising around to a bunch of different conventions. We have another Days of the Dead we're doing. We're doing Cinema Wasteland up in Ohio. And we're going to start pre-production on a new project called Azalea. It's a like a spooky haunting type of film. It's a horror as well. We want to be shooting that in springtime, hopefully, if we get some money lined up, which is always the challenge. And as far as the Pieces of Talent is concerned, it's available for on DVD on the official site piecesoftalent.com, and we have a Facebook, facebook.com/Pieces of Talent, and it's being distributed 100% independently through the website, through Facebook, and through Vimeo on demand.